Hello, everybody. It's me, your Commissioner Nick, welcoming you to another episode of the Power Rankings. It is week 8 already. The implication is back, everybody. We're back. Another great week ahead of us. Let's get right into those rankings.
Number 12. R.I.P. Harambe. Oliver's team stays in the basement again this week, despite the fiery performance from Flames Robinson and dropping the Adams bomb against When Legends Rise. However, Noah Kant and the rest of the team blew a huge lead and lost their 6th straight game. To make matters worse, the homeless Oliver has developed a gambling problem some have said is worse than Michael Jordan. Number 11. Bad luck Jerry. Jerry returned to his losing ways this week and once again lowered his league worst points per game number in the process. Sham Newton played like garbage and eventually got benched. Jerry now sits a game out of the playoffs with the regular season more than halfway over. Fun fact for you, Jerry has given up the second fewest points in the league, and so that means realistically Jerry has actually had an easy schedule and still finds a way to lose. Tough matchup this week against Beans. Playoff dreams are dwindling. Number 10. King of the Hill V2. Luke's team somehow, someway, lost again this week, despite outscoring 7 other teams on the week. AJ Touchdown Brown has been on fire since coming back from injury, but the defense just is not there. Second most points allowed in the league. Mr. 500 has a lot of work to do to live up to his nickname at this point. Number 9. Snell, yeah. Brad suffered his 6th loss of the season after the injury bug caught him yet again. Herbert, fully loaded, did the best he could to try to bring this team back, but Chase Naypool and Decoy Metcalf were hardly involved. Drops to 6th in points per game, but there's still a chance this team can squeak in the playoffs. Number 8. The Process. Ryan's team lost a close one for the 2nd straight week as he fell short to the implication. Devin Singletary continued to struggle, and Joan Smith disappeared from the offense. Doesn't help when your quarterback gets knocked out of the game early either. The Process continues to play like the frauds they are. Number 7. The Implication. My very own Implication defeated the Process and snapped my longest losing streak in years. However, it doesn't really feel like a win that I can feel good about. Dude, Jarek McKinnon certainly did not think Kyle Shanahan's new tattoo was very sweet, as he was quote-unquote rested against New England. Still, a win's a win, and my team is back in a playoff spot. Number 6. Team Never Lucky. The reigning, defending, undisputed champion of Bad Company, Dan, lost again this week, falling to 4-3 on the season. Josh Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, the bed, against Tampa, and Michael Thomas continues to sit out so he doesn't have to play for this general manager. Let's see if Dan can turn it around against Luke this week. Number 5. Maybe next year. Or should I say, definitely this year. Lance's team won again and now cracked the top 5 in the rankings. Darren Baller had a big game to lead the way this week. This team is streaky. In their last 6 games, they've won 2, lost 2, and now won 2 again. If Lance can win just 2 more games, he should be a shoo-in for the playoffs. Number 4. Poppy's prize possession, OCC. Brophy won again this week, improving to 5-2 on the year. Tom Brady's 5 touchdowns and Cole Beasley's 11 catches were enough to lead the team to victory. Despite being shorthanded on offense, Poppy was without Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon, Adam Thielen, Jamison Crowder, and Mark Andrews, but still pulled off a win. Intriguing matchup this week against maybe next year. Number 3. When Legends Rise. Frank's team pulled off another big comeback in the late game and won for the 3rd straight week. Chef Russell Wilson made a hot locket, but Oliver didn't let it sit for 2 minutes before eating it and got burned. My dad's team is in 1st place in the East and 3rd in the league in points per game. I don't think anyone could have predicted this. Number 2. Beans eating beans. There's not much to say about Beans right now, despite winning his 2nd in a row and moving to 5-2 on the year. He's in a very comfortable position near the top of his division and essentially a lock to make the playoffs. It's clear that Beans has really shifted his attention to fantasy football this year rather than focusing on bacon. And number 1, Bora, very nice. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Hunter remains king of the castle for the 7th straight week after defeating his close friend Jerry. Tyler, boy, that was great, had an exceptional performance and picked up after Odell's injury. Although OBJ and COVID-19 had a mutual respect, the same cannot be said for him and his ACL, as he is now done for the rest of the year. Let's see how Hunter handles this situation. Now let's take a look at our playoff picture. This is where we stand, updated rankings, or standings I should say, after week 7. Read it in week, folks. Notice that 7th seed, the implication is coming, and we got Christian McCaffrey coming back. And now we've got a new segment on the show. It's called PMT Tier Rankings, brought to you by your friends Big Cat and PFT Commenter. We've got a new set of rankings here. We've got contenders, yeah, but good, not great, bad, good teams, good, bad teams, straight up bad, and then the NFC East. For our contenders, we're going to start at the top. It's simply Borat. Borat's undefeated. Nobody's on his level right now. Then we've got the yeah buts, and really there's only one team I can think of. It's Beans eating beans. Beans has a really good team. Good names top to bottom, good depth. But, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, but he's just not quite on that level as Hunter. Then we've got good, not great, and there's a few teams here in this category. We've got Poppy's Prize Possession and One Legends Rise. Both good teams, near the top of their division, but you know they're not quite on the same level as Borat or Beans. Then we've got bad, good teams, and that's my implication. Luke's team, we've got Harambe in there as well. All teams that are probably better on paper than what they are in the rankings. Then we've got good, bad teams, and there's really 2 teams that stick out to me. It's Team Never Lucky and maybe next year. These teams may be overachieving a little bit. Then we've got straight up bad, and that's Ryan's The Process, who's second worst in points per game, and Brad's team, who's just not. It's just straight up bad. Then, bringing up the rear, we've got Bad Luck Jerry representing the NFC East. So let's take a look at our commissioner predictions this week. First matchup, I'm going to take King of the Hill over Team Never Lucky. Then we're going to take Poppy's Prize Possession over maybe next year. Then we're going to take The Process over Snell, yeah. Then we're going to take Beans Eating Beans over Bad Luck Jerry, because you can never pick Jerry. And then I'm going to roll with R.I.P. Harambe to take down the implication. And in our game of the week, we've got Borat 89 taking on One Legends Rise. 2 teams atop their divisions, respectively. 2 top teams in the league right now. This is going to be a really big matchup. Hunter went 2-0 against One Legends Rise last year. Let's see what happens this year, but I'm going to take One Legends Rise. And that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great week. Good luck to everybody.